Alright, hopefully the audio played for that. Alright, so we're now recording, and everything's looking good. People are telling me that the audio synchronization is right and everything, and hopefully the volume is too. Okay, so they did retranslate it, okay. So yeah, Alexander1403 was telling us about how, I guess, they changed all the names of the levels in the Italian version, which is it's always neat to hear, you know, kind of those, little localization differences, because, you know, how different all these cultures are. Yeah, like, even within Europe. So, let's see, yeah, so what the next remake or re-break will be Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah, and I already did Super Mario 64, so you guys can all shut up about that. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So it looks like we should be going fine. Oh, we got the stupid FMV playing. By the way, Framemeister, you guys are looking at the Framemeister. The music in my intro, I think this is the save file it's using, right? Let's look here, it should tell us. Yeah, that's the one. Alright. Just in case there's a problem. So, Alexander, are the translations for Italian translations for games generally pretty good? Is it common? Because, like, I know that usually when I've emulated some European PAL versions of games before, and I know that usually you'll get English, Spanish, and French, maybe German, but is Italian usually covered? Yep, Framemeister. So, yeah, this is being upscaled with the Framemeister. I mean, obviously, the stream itself is in 720p, but the raw canvas is in 1080p. Alright, so I guess, what should we start with? So here's the recap that you guys were asking about. So as you can see, we already finished the episode shines for all the stages, and we haven't gotten anything in Delfino Plaza, so all that stuff's up in the air. We got all the blue coins and all the stages already, which is really easy. Contrary to what people will tell you, it's really not that hard. Yeah, so as you can see, we got all of the blue coins, and if you guys want to see just how easy that was, you can go watch my stream. So, we're doing this on a soft modded Wii, because I like using Nintendo. See, the thing about Samus Returns is that I can't record 3DS games, which is something that nobody seems to know, even though I said that already. I mean, yes, I would. If I had a way to record 3DS games, I would do Samus Returns. So here's what we can do. We have a few options as to what we can do next. So, really, all that's left for us is the 100 coin shines, Sacred Shines, and then the last 20 blue coins in Delfino Plaza. So, what do you guys want me to do next? So it was pretty bad translation, sounds like. No, I don't have a 3DS capture card, Rogue Hill Jumper. I have a DS capture card, which is great. And I have no intention of selling it because I can record DS and GBA games with it in lossless quality, so yeah. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I go for Sacred Shines, 100 coin shines, or blue coins in Delfino Plaza? Alright, so we got one vote for Secret Shines. 100 coins, another vote for 100 coins. Nintendo basically allows you to play ISOs on a GameCube ISOs on a Wii, and it also allows you to force progressive scan on games that didn't have it. Because for some reason it wasn't a standard feature, except on the Xbox. Which is pretty cool, I do have to say. No, the problem ECAB Mad is that the guy who sells 3DS capture cards always runs out so quickly, and he's really bad at communicating about when he's gonna have more in. Which is, you know, to be fair, he's one guy who has to make all of these units himself, but still, he's you know, it's really a big pain because the competing capture card isn't nearly as good. So I'm gonna wait for the you know, I have honestly I've actually been making some custom textures for Galaxy 2 myself that look pretty good. Maybe I could show it off. Well, if it was Nintendo, it would have the apostrophe in it, but it doesn't, so it's Nintendo. Yeah. So we have 31 people here, so yes, we gotta figure out, folks. As you can see from our totals here, we've got 100 coin shines, secret shines, and blue coins left in Delfino Plaza and Delfino shines. So what do you guys want to do first? So far, most of the votes have been for 100 coins. And if you guys want me to do Galaxy next, I can do that. I could... Yeah. That's interesting. Like, I never really thought, because, like, you know, I've been an English speaker all my life. Yo hablo un poquito de español, pero hace un rato que lo hablo regularmente. Si no puedo hablarlo como un nativo, yo no sé. Pero de los todos modos, es la hora de jugar Super Mario Sunshine. Alright, it sounds like everybody wants to do 100 coins. That's what we're gonna do. They're gonna start out with that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so with this one, my instinct is to start out with this one. That is correct. Hey, more folks from Europe. Nice to hear. Yeah, I'm not a native. Like, I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and then when I got to college, I had all the credits I needed, and I did a double major, so I couldn't take more, so I'm very out of practice. Pero yo puedo recordar unas palabras. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try, because every time I try to speak Spanish to a native person, they're always like, actually it's this, and it's like, oh. Okay, so here's the deal. I better focus on this. It's where usually when I stream, I have other people doing all the talking for me, so it's like, alright. Here's another. Yeah, we better hurry this up, I guess. Yeah, so 100 coin shines I don't think are too bad in this game, because you only got like 8 of them, and Delfino Plaza one's really easy, the Penis Park one is really easy. Let's see, I know that there are coins I can get up there. I know that the doors. So there's the really golden rule for 100 coin shines in this game is pretty much spray everything, because more often than not it'll drop a coin of some kind. Alright, it's these guys right here. That's I accidentally sprayed the fucker into the water, which is not a good move on my part. Let's see. Checking that out. I'm from that country that Americans love to remorselessly mock. What country is that, my friend? Stash hand. Let's see. Not Britain. Odyssey will have a 360 camera. Yeah, I saw that in stream. I'm glad to hear that. Sure, I'd love to know the Italian name. Let's see. Delfino Plaza is called Delfinia, still based in dolphins. Piantas are called Palmese. Nokis are called Nokis. Yep. Let's see. The airship counts as the plaza. Yep, that's true. But still, I usually manage to find more than enough just going through the regular, you know. Oh, if you spray them into the wall, you get 3. Yeah, you don't really need to do that, though. I find that the levels in this game have comfortably above 100 coins, except for Gelato Beach. That's the exception. Alright, I'll get that. Actually, I should check my Discord. Is there anybody around? Because I'm not getting any notifications. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Let me just add in Nick here. See if I can get him on. Should have Mike 2, I think I need to have on. Audio. Yeah, VB audio cable's on. Let's see, what about Haydox? We'll add friends, add in Haydox. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so apparently you can only get 100 coin stars in 3 episodes of Pianta Village. Yeah, I usually do the episode where you have Yoshi, because then you can eat the bees. Oh, thanks. Looks like Link Live. It's a very difficult name to say, but glad to hear you enjoy my stuff. Oh, you're from Canada. Gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, I have a Discord, but I don't like to add, I don't like to put just anybody in there. Yeah, that's the thing I hate, is that every time you open up stars, I know what you're talking about. You'll have to remind me. I have a very selective memory. Sometimes I can remember things really easily, and sometimes I can't. So another reason to pick episode 8 is obviously you got the trick with these flowers is to do the spinning move. There you go. I learned that from watching the demo. Gotcha, little fucker. Alright, let's push him against the wall and we'll be done with this in no time. Yeah, we'd be going a little faster if it wasn't for the, you gotta stop to read the chat when you're on your own, you know. Take that, fucker. Alright. So I guess the difference between the and I didn't really mention this in the review, the difference between 100 coin shines and 64 versus Sunshine is, it's more like interacting with little bits of the level than it was in 64, where it was just like kind of go through all the platforming set pieces in one go. So the level design here is very different in many ways. Let's see. Let's see, what else do I got here? He's got some kind of... Oh, guess more people are subbing to the Twitch channels. Don't want Sunshine's 100 coins? Yeah, they do, but it's just like I said in the review, it doesn't really matter much because you're always doing something different in level, or they change things up or something. But you are correct about that. It is a thing that happens. Let's see, where else can I find coins around here? Obviously, we got those little guys over there, which are much easier to eat with Yoshi, by the way. Looks like that doesn't have a coin. Alright, got something. Sounds like Nick. Hey Nick, why don't you go ahead and call me on that chat I just added you to with Haydox in it?
Oh, I don't see it. There is no chat.
Are you sure? I just added... Alright, well, we'll add Haydox again. And now it's calling him. And, yeah, he wanted to be on there too.
Sorry for causing you so much trouble.
Nah, it's alright. I think the mixing is fine, maybe my phone. Yeah, it's more like I have audio processing going on my mic, and Nick doesn't. He just has the raw mic. But what you can do, Nick, that might help. And that noise is annoying. So
wait a second, hold on. I'm a little closer to it now. Let me just check and see if something happened to my mic.
Okay, well, no, your mic is fine. It's, just go down, at the bottom of Discord next to your name, and it shows, like, your online status. There's, like, a little gear at the bottom left. Click on that.
Yep.
And then there should be, like, app settings, voice, and then there should be some voice processing options that you can fiddle with, like automatic gain control and noise suppression.
How about now?
Say something.
Output volume.
Okay, so you turned up the output volume?
All the way.
And did you go down to the voice processing options?
Yes.
There should be one that says automatic gain control. Is that on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then that's about all you can do. So I guess, I don't know, it'll be fine. I don't think. Okay, so Miyamoto said that Super Mario Odyssey is a combination of Sunshine and 3D World, and I'll agree with it. That's what it looks like. Let's see. Gotta go get 100 coins, because I'm being really slow about it. Yeah, like fucking bees. Yeah, the bees are gonna help you out a lot for 100 coins in this level, so that's why I recommend picking episode 8. Because you do have to make sure you pick the right episode, otherwise, like in Gelato Beach especially, if you don't pick the right one, you'll get like 98 coins, then you just be stuck and have nothing left to do. So make sure when you get to that one especially that you're picking the right one.
You know, if this went a little better, I mean, I'm sorry about how things went before. If I just answered what you called, I was gonna say something funny like, hey guys, what's cooking?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just saw the Pokey like fleeing for his life. He just became a smear on the wall.
Yep. Same thing happens when you shoot the Strolling Stews. So people are my favorite non-useful thing to do is to get the turbo nozzle, hang from a type out, and yep. Love all the little things you can do.
It's actually really
Princess
gory. I mean, not every bug you crush is gonna make a mess like this.
Wendy Hill, huh?
If you've ever smacked a moth on the wall, it leaves behind a pretty big stain. It's just like those things. That's really not that wow. That's pretty gruesome. Knucklehead asks, hey Nick, how you doing? I'm doing fine, I guess. Over Easter a little bit, but I'll live.
I know that when I upload one of the sessions, someone's like, oh, you know Nick? I'm like, yeah, I know Nick. We did a collab.
Yeah, we reviewed Tools of Destruction, remember? No, wait, it was Bad Manners. I forget which one.
No, it was Ratchet Deadlock.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, I didn't forget which one it was. Deadlock,
you're just messing.
Deadlock tends to go overlooked sometimes, so it's like a test.
Yep. There's the windmill and the house. Yeah, so one of the fellows we got in the chat is from Italy, and then we have another fellow from Germany.
That little circle of pokey flower heads you were in just now. Maybe it's because I've been playing too much of Breath of the Wild lately, but I instinctively expected a Korok to appear there and give you a seat.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know for my entire playthrough that the Korok seeds expanded your inventory. So, yeah, that was great. And I gotta go back and grab this, because, for God's sake, fuck you, bees.
What is the one thing that in their inventory that people expand the least? For me, it was shields, just because I actually didn't block that much. Shields just weren't that big of a priority for me, I guess.
Oh, honestly, I really, because it's just like the game will tell you about pretty much everything else in those little loading screens. But if I'd known that the Korok seeds expand your inventory, I would have. Because it's just like I remembered that one big Korok you meet towards the beginning, and it's just like, oh, he wants the seeds, but I never felt like actually going out of my way to go back to him, so I just never did.
Thankfully,
and then I spent the whole game.
You don't even need that many of them. I got I don't know, 90 of them that I was able to expand my inventory enough to carry 15 melee weapons at any given time, so I started never running out.
Yeah, I was not so fortunate, as you can imagine. Oh shit!
So
this is how you're gonna get a lot of your coins.
If they seriously expect you to go after every Korok, that would be...
But they don't.
Yeah.
The reward you get is literally like a golden piece of poop. So they don't expect you to.
There's so many of them that are everywhere that I just kept running into them by accident. I'd be like, oh wait, what's that? Oh, this looks like a Korok here. And that was it. Super easy to find a Korok.
Yeah. Let's see. You got another one over here. Man, Yoshi can jump pretty high.
I like how the coins are
you almost got
the sides of the coins aren't perfectly flat. They have just a little bit of bulge to them on the sides. Gives them like more roundish, almost like some sort of candy. And there I go, noticing little details that don't matter again. Ooh, I like how you can...
I hope you didn't take, when I mentioned that in the last episode, I hope you didn't take that the wrong way.
Oh, no,
that's one of the best things about your videos.
Yeah, I know, it can be I just hope that I'm not annoying anybody else doing that.
I'm really, the fellow with the numbers for the names. I'm really looking forward to Odyssey. It's looking like it's going to be the best game ever made. I'm really looking forward to that.
There's just so much in it that's weird that you'd think wouldn't work in a Mario game. If someone were to tell me like a week before that was revealed, hey, guess what? In the next Mario game, you can like take control of a realistic T-Rex. I'd be like, what the hell? Is this like the is that like a reference to the Super Mario Bros. Movie? So I like that.
I'm not so sure if I picked the right one.
I like that Yoshi can eat. I like that Yoshi can eat bees. Never thought to try that.
Yeah, that's how you get some of the blue coins. Holy shit!
What?
Got the Super Mario Sunshine speedrunning community in the chat. Now I'm all embarrassed.
Oh boy.
Or maybe it's just people trolling with me. I don't know. I'm not so good at picking up on that stuff. God, you know, I'm just gonna look it up. I don't want to pick the wrong one and waste everyone's time. Rico Harbor 100 coins. Because I know the one to pick for Gelato Beach and the rest of them. This is probably the... this and Gelato Beach are probably the most difficult ones to know which one to pick. Episode 3. We'll go with episode 3. It's the Caged Shine Sprites. So, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure if this is people trolling me or what's up. Okay, so yeah. This is a verified individual. Looks like Haydox's computer is updating.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, well, if you're expecting super professionalism from me, speedrunning fellows, so I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm probably not going to be as good as any of you. As many times as I've played this game, I'm not speedrunning tier. Let's see. So I know that there are coins down here.
For me, the speedrunners that are the most fun to watch are the ones that don't get everything perfectly precise, or the ones who look like they're just they're fumbling around haphazardly, like Chase scene in a Jackie Chan movie where he has to grab everything.
Let's see. No, there's another one. There's probably coins in the shaft. Sure enough, there was. Let's see. What else can we get? There are coins in the wall you can get.
I think speedrunners with a more like loosey-goosey way of going about things they're more fun to watch, because it looks like they're about to mess up, and yet they never really do. They know what they're doing.
There's a little more tension involved, I guess. And I wouldn't say I suck at this game. I've finished it quite a few times, and I say that, and then I miss that very easy wall jump sequence.
I like that when you're underground or behind a wall, there'll be like a shadow of the pathway with question marks and coins and everything. I forget, did the Galaxy games ever do that?
Nah.
That was a really good thing that we did.
Yeah, well, it's one of many, I guess. Jesus. I'm having so much trouble getting up there. It's an easy fucking thing.
Yeah, but this game is kind of notorious for that. It's like every time Mario jumps off a wall, his angle changes very, very slightly depending on like the race.
That's kind of a heavy game.
Like veering further and further off to the side. I mean, I know it's a problem with every game, but I think it's like particularly noticeable with this one.
I don't know. I guess in like Galaxy, it's a little more precise all the time. Oh, those guys only give you blue coins. Let's try up there. What's going on in the chat, Nick?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching this stream myself. Let's see, Runster says, so you saying you suck at this game?
Yeah, that's what I was replying to, and then I like immediately. Yeah, yeah, that seems to be the case for like I know like I don't know, like I think the names for the enemies and stuff are the same in every locale. I mean, I guess Bowser's name is Koopa in Japan.
A message from Holland. Imagine if people were still stuck on DOS.
Oh god.
Knucklehead 198 says, Nick, have you seen Mega Man the Bridge Warrior? No, I have not. I always feel like I have to apologize for it. Like, hey, have you seen this? Like, the very person, like, nope.
It's better that than, will you do a roar of Super Mario 64?
Also, just a word of advice to everybody. Getting ready to do the Tech 2 review has been the hardest thing because, well, I haven't had the equipment necessary to do it. All I can say is, do not lend your game consoles or even your controllers to other people, especially other families, because they'll just end up putting it in somebody else's basement and you'll have to wait like until the end of summer to finally get it back.
No, why can't you just go over to their house and pick it up?
Let's just say it's more like the house of somebody related to somebody related to somebody related to somebody else. Yeah.
Gotcha. Hello, Haddocks.
So,
welcome to the stream.
I wanted to record on my Wii, but unfortunately that's in somebody else's house and I won't be able to access it for like a month and a half. So unless I were to just do things out of order and wait to review GameCube games, whatever, I'm just gonna do the next review and pause it and hope that people don't like immediately close the video because of it.
I don't think that'll happen, but people will probably... I mean, to be honest, the Hop Hog's video quality is not very good anyway. And I seem to remember you tried to record, like, Sonic Adventure 2 or something in, like, Component, and it didn't work for some reason.
Yeah, I messed things up. I put, like, the wrong wires in, or I only wires. Actually, wait, now I remember. I basically tried to, like, record it directly. Okay, it's like you're supposed to use the TV at the... Okay, I missed the step. So you're supposed to be able to watch what you're playing on the TV.
Yeah, past
at the same time. I only did it one thing. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Yay, Haddock is here.
Change your title so it says Session 2 on Twitch.
Fuck! I totally forgot. Let's see. When I upload it, it'll be correct anyway.
Yeah, now that my gathering is out of the way, Haddock is here.
Yeah, Haddocks, boy. Exio. Look, it's Frank the Gammon Tank. Do you know if Ryan's online, Haydox?
No, he isn't.
Yeah. Someone was telling me, I think it was Tristan. Yeah, he's like the only one who isn't online. But, yeah, so what game have I always wanted to play but never gotten around to? That's a good question. I feel like there are many, but I can't think of any particular one.
Honey Pop. Dead or Alive
I suppose.
Volleyball.
Personally, I would enjoy an Ichi style game that's for you know, that's of the other persuasion. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was Ichi. Anyway,
I don't know. Do I look like a weeb to you?
No. Stashian says, what do you think of the choice of moons as Odyssey's equivalent of stars in Shank's place?
I like it. It's a nice little reference to Super Mario World. Like that's how you do nostalgia in a way that isn't distracting, is when you bring back something that like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that, and now it's being kind of given its own purpose.
To me, they look like bananas that haven't gone right yet.
Yeah. I feel like you said something. Yeah, like in the last session, you were talking about how the color of the bananas in this game is like not quite ripe. It's just a slight lime green color.
A day away from being edible.
Yeah. And yet, it's like Yoshi seems to want it all the time for some reason. Looks like there's nothing up there. Got, what is that, 14 more? We're getting close, lads. We're getting close, lads! I smell treasure awaiting!
I love Treasure Planet. So, yeah, make no mistake, people, you can eat bananas that are still a little green. Like, if you just can't be bothered to wait a day and there's like nothing else to you in the house, like, well, it's not gonna poison you or whatever, it's just gonna be a little hard and sour.
You only live once! Yes, I did it. I did it. You know, you guys don't even have to worry now.
I like these
Speedmaster Flex.
I think there was a cool idea for these water spiders to also be able to climbing on the grates. Kind of makes them like the Skeletomas from that they were seeing on the grates.
Oh, for God's sake, I jumped on you, fuck. Alright, let's try that again. I hate these weird green monster things. Alright, got him.
Still trying to figure out if they're based on anything from some past Mario.
I always thought they were like wind bloopers. Yeah. Because they have kind of a blooper face. Look at them. I don't know, maybe if I actually saw the model I might change my mind, but...
Sounds like baby talk for farts. Like, oh, I just made a wind blooper. A wind popper.
It sounds like a drink from BFG or something.
Yeah, the wind popper.
The wind blooper.
Yeah, I love that movie. I always really liked that story. That movie was something special.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was pretty faithful to the book as far as I could remember, because I haven't read the book in so long.
I guess I'm so used to seeing movies that are really dark and gritty and overly marketed and cynical about their audiences that seeing something that sincere and wholesome was refreshing. I used to see a lot more movies like that, but lately,
Have you guys seen Tomorrowland?
No, I have not. I've heard it's shit.
Yeah, it's shit? I don't know, I wouldn't say that.
Sounds like the kind of movie I'd like.
What?
What is Tomorrowland?
I think it's based on, it's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean, how that was based on a Disneyland ride.
Oh.
There's a Disneyland ride called Tomorrowland, and they kind of similarly kind of made a story around that ride. It was directed by Brad Bird, who did the Iron Giant, Ratatouille, and The Incredibles. But there's this really great soliloquy in there from Hugh Laurie that's sort of talked about how everything's gotten so cynical and about how people kind of seem to want to sink. And he sort of cites like the abundance of like apocalypse movies as kind of affirming that.
One thing that bugs me about apocalypse movies is like every writer or director thinks they're making some profound statement about the true nature of man. And we're all just a bunch of angry, degenerate primates pretending to be enlightened humans. And you know, the second something happens, all our morals will fly out the window and we'll tear each other apart. That's what all these like zombie movies.
How about the fucking bloopers?
How about for just once we see something a little more optimistic? Something bad happens to the world, but the people are actually able to work together and rebuild things, and they relatively turn it okay. Like the closest we ever get to that.
Independence Day resurgence.
Oh yeah, but I just mean like in like a zombie thing, because like every time you have like a zombie story and society does start to rebuild, it's only possible because of some tyrant like Eve. They're basically saying that humans are just universally bad, and we just like to pretend we're good. You know, we have the creature complex.
So, did anybody see where that shine sprite went? I don't think I was paying this good attention. Alright, let's go over. Might have to pick up the pace a little bit. Where's the shine sprite at?
There's a pretty bad.
Did you guys see it?
I saw Mario bonk his head on the side of the beam and clubbed it into the water.
Yeah,
I could just imagine the kind of sound.
Yeah, did you guys see where that Shine Sprite went?
I don't.
Well,
I can't believe they're
feck.
still making games for the PS Vita. Did you notice that?
Yeah, most of them are RPGs and anime games, but still, weren't you the one who was saying, like, we can't kill off the 3DS?
Stash Hand says...
Yeah, I did say that. But I mean, PS Vita is kind of different.
Stash Hand says, hey Nick, do you still look at Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog? I guess. I know that they're ending soon. I mean, it's kind of tricky, like when people say Archie's Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm like, whoa, which one? Before Ken Penders fucked everything up?
Wait, what?
Yeah, Ken
Where did that
Penders...
Shine Sprite go?
He basically killed the comic. Like it's been going for a while since his little lawsuit, but that was like the beginning, I think. Basically, he created, a bunch of characters like Lara Sue and Knuckles' extended family, and apparently he wanted to take those characters back so he could make his own series.
Gooper Blooper 1. Thank you, Exploding Selfie. Someone was paying attention. There it is.
So he got his wish. All those characters had to be removed from the story, basically whisked away to some other dimension, and they never appear in the comic again. And it's kind of lost its edge, I guess. It's like...
Wait, so what happened? So did this guy leave?
Yeah, he left around like 150-ish issues, and then like I think it was Ian Flynn. He became the new writer, and the comic storytelling improved a bit like after that. The one thing that bugs me about the comic is that over the years, since Ian took over, it's become more and more like the games. By that I mean they would have certain characters or elements specific to the Archie Sonic universe be killed off or written out in some way, until basically all that was left were some of those characters and a gamey world with the set pieces like Station Square becoming very prominent. And they spent like 40 issues just doing a Sonic Unleashed adaptation.
People are saying that the game audio is much louder than the two of us, Exo.
Well, that's because probably trying to figure out how to lower it.
The game audio?
Because it does look like, yeah.
I can't believe how beautiful this game looks sometimes.
Let's see. How long have people been saying that? Looks like only the one guy.
Yeah.
The problem is probably that I have audio processing in my voice and you guys don't. But I can't turn it up without risking clipping. You know what I mean?
Oh, dang. Wait a second, we're louder than you?
No, you guys are louder. Jesus. Let's see. Turn it down by maybe 14. Turn it down by 10.
Oh, Shigeru Miyamoto doesn't seem to get why the Nintendo Switch has been successful.
I don't think Miyamoto understands anything.
Poor guy.
Like, the only reason that Odyssey is looking so great is that he has so little to do with it.
Yeah, I think he just...
He's the one who decided at some point in the early 2010s that every game had to be nothing but Toads. That was his idea.
I mean, I don't think all of the blame lies directly on Miyamoto.
I think...
Yeah, but it's... From what I understand, it used to be like Paper Mario, for example. Kensuke Tanabe, who's you might remember as the producer of Federation Force and the Prime trilogy, and probably Prime 4 as well. He produced the first two Paper Mario games, and he basically kind of had a carte blanche to sort of do what he wanted with the IP. But then Miyamoto supposedly approached him after Super Paper Mario and was just like, you need to stop doing this kind of stuff with my idea, basically. And they're like, okay, so out of respect for this IP that Miyamoto invented, they decided, well, I guess we'll make it nothing but Toads, and we'll remove all the stuff that people liked about it to begin with.
I think Miyamoto just has this very clean image in his head of how people are supposed to have fun. And he wants you to have fun the right way, the way he's comfortable with.
Let's see.
It's one of those
Clipping
cases where a creator like tells the consumer what they're supposed to enjoy and how they're supposed to enjoy it, and that doesn't work that way.
Blah blah blah. So is the audio sounding a little better now? I lowered it by like a few by 10 decibels.
I'm the only one people can't hear. That's insane.
My point is that
your mic is a little quieter. Can you try turning it up in control panel, Nick?
I tried.
What?
Try again.
Yeah, see it. Check the level in control panel and turn it up to like 100. What mic do you have? Is it
they're
a
saying
Snowball?
that they can hear us well on the game audio.
So it's good now, is what you're saying?
You're perfect, they say.
Perfect, excellent.
It's good.
Sorry about that. It does seem probably what happened is I use OBS to crop out the overscan shit, so I get like the proper resolution from my FrameMeister. But what that means is that I've been recording like Conker's Bad Fur Day and Conker Live and Reloaded. I probably turned up the audio after I did the first session and then forgot to turn it back down, and it won't let me turn it back down without stopping the stream. So it's like, kind of have to make do without getting it precisely down to -21 dB. Hopefully you guys don't mind.
It's all good.
Miyamoto is like
What's going on in the chat?
He makes art that no one likes and snorts at you if you don't like it. Hasselhoff 64. I guess so. I mean, I don't want to be that harsh. The guy has, like, you know, done some great things. It's just that lately his sensibilities just don't seem to jive with everyone else, and whether or not he's confused that people like the things they do, he shouldn't resist that. He should just go, well, okay, here you go. Like it's
No,
not...
I think he's like the main creative guy at Nintendo now, and he's been around for so long that it just seems like it's like watching the documentary of Phantom Menace. You know, like whenever George Lucas came into the room, people just sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, people are like, holy shit, it's George Lucas. Hey, and people wouldn't kind of say, no, that thing you want is stupid.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what I mean?
You know the part...
Miyamoto's kind of become the new George Lucas.
You know the part of Mr. Plinkett's review when it's like, everyone around the theater, or everyone around looks concerned at what George Lucas has just presented. Everyone seems like they're angry at each other. Like, that whole sequence.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it's stylistically designed to be that way.
He just sits around with his coffee cup.
Or sits around with this coffee. Alright, I gotta go kill some of these.
It's definitely like that where he's like, Toads are. I don't know how to do a George Lucas impression, but something along the lines of Toads are. What is the quote about Jar Jar?
Jar Jar is the key to everything.
Toads are the key to all of this. They're a funnier character than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
If we can get the Toads working, it'll be great.
I've heard that
The Gungas.
The Gungas.
T.J. Kirk, yeah, he can't even say Gungans right.
Holy
But T.J. Kirk, you know, the Amazing Atheist, years and years ago, back when he was the distressed watcher on GalaxyBud.com, before it became ChannelAwesome.com, he made these reviews of the prequel movies. And he said something very interesting about Jar Jar. He said that, in his opinion, Jar Jar isn't that bad. It's just that the movie he's in, you know, makes him seem worse.
Jar Jar.
He said it's like,
Jar Jar's not good.
Yeah, I know, but
he's not good.
Said,
But
listen, he said Jar Jar is annoying, but that's hardly like a crime for a character. It's like so are characters like C-3PO and Chewbacca. The difference is, in the case of those movies and those characters, we care about the characters that are being annoyed by them. In the case of, you know, like the Phantom Menace, we couldn't really give a hoot about the people Jar Jar's annoying, so he just ends up annoying us.
Maybe to some extent, but also...
the probability of getting through an asteroid field is 6,528 million to 1.
Don't
Never tell me the odds.
And then Jar Jar just makes weird noises.
Yeah.
Ah!
I do think Jar Jar is
shit.
I do think Jar Jar is worse.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like,
go!
I do think Jar Jar is worse. I just think there's something to be said about, you know, the fact that, you know, he's in a movie where we, you know,
Who's the protagonist?
Jar Jar's a funnier character than we've ever had before. If we get Jar Jar working.
What do you think about this whole plot they've got going on half in the bag right now?
Oh, the Jay and Mr. Plinkett romance. I don't know what to think of it.
The plots just keep getting stupider and stupider, and it's hilarious. Yeah, Space Cop was pretty bad. I actually paid to watch it.
I did too.
And it's like...
Oh. Smash Mania
You know,
says,
I assume...
if everyone would have always said yes to Miyamoto's ideas, Ocarina of Time would have been in first person and would have had Ganon's castle as a hub. There's a reason why saying no exists. But that just takes me back to like, but wait, wasn't it Miyamoto's suggestion for Metroid Prime to be in the first person, which basically saved that game?
Yeah, but that...
Tingle is more important than Jar Jar.
Tingle is the key to all of this. Yeah.
Tingle.
Just imagine there being a twist where at the end, Ganon's like, but I never would have been able to accomplish all this if it weren't for my good friend Tingle. Tingle is the key to all of this.
Yeah, Tingle's game
The
theory,
world is
Tingle's
changing.
in the dark. The world is changing.
That's the new comment section meme.
It's changed. The world's already changed.
Is the world is changing replacing Tums Festival?
Oh, that was a good line. That was a good bit. That was a really good bit.
I clapped when I heard him say Tums Festival.
Oh, that was when I initially watched that. I laughed so fucking hard. It was so good.
What are you guys talking about?
Letter Media and Best of the Worst.
No, just a bunch of Red Letter Media inside jokes.
Well, okay, so they watched this bad movie called Hollywood Cop, and then this main guy, Rich Evans, who's really like the comic relief guy, he goes, "Oh, Tums Festival wasn't Samurai Cop or whatever." And Jay's like,
Yeah.
it was in Hollywood Cop. He's like, no, Jay, you're wrong. And Mike just agreed with him, who's the other guy. He just agreed with him just to stir the pot. And, so Rich Evans was so confident that Tums Festival wasn't in this movie. And then in post, what they did is they made Rich
edited
Evans
in Cameron Mitchell saying Tums Festival a million times.
They made him look like such an idiot. It was hilarious. That's such a good... That's like the best YouTube channel out there, I feel. It's my favorite.
I remember this dumb Tums commercial where it's like, Tums. But there was this even dumber candy commercial out there. It was for these things that were like milky but fruity. They were these hard candies with like swirly colors on them. And the commercial just had these guys at the end going, yum. It just made me laugh my ass off. It was the dumbest thing. It was like, oh geez, they're trying to make it sound so profound. So, I think I don't know if I'm thinking of Red Letter Media or another channel, but there was these guys who sat down and watched the first 3 live-action Transformers movies at the same time.
Yep, that was them. That was Red Letter Media, and it was like the same beats in every film.
They saw like a car chase, and
it was like amazing.
Explosions and characters speaking like around the same time, like within 30 seconds of each other.
Hey, Alex, what did you think of their Transfibers 5 review?
It was funny how people got really upset at it.
Yeah, that was.
There was so many dislikes.
They did like 3 videos in a row that were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna review Transformers 5, and then it was just like 2 minutes in there like, fuck it, and then they started playing a bunch of Transformers sound effects, and then just cut to black for 20 minutes.
What the heck?
And they did that 3 times in a row. It was supposed to be like, the movie's not trying, so why should we?
Yeah, and then they did it a bunch of times to really hammer in that, and people were really upset.
My problem with it's funny, you look, I mean, one of the things that pisses me off most about these Transformers movies is how mean the Autobots are. I think it was an interesting idea in, like, the last one where of course, they're traumatized. They've been hunted down by humans. They're jaded. They've lost faith in the world and all that. Okay, I think it was okay. But they're still being snippy with each other. Almost every single line from an Autobot is about like, "Ooh, I'll kill you," or "Don't mess with me, you punk," or whatever. I'm like, jeez.
I thought that was more of the Decepticon thing, that like Starscream is like the disloyal guy.
I swear, the Decepticons get along way better than the Autobots do. The Decepticons are like a bunch of pals. They're like, "Hey, buddy, let's go mess some shit up." But at least like they're having fun. But it's like you look back at the first Transformers movie, the Autobots were fairly tame. Their personalities really weren't that far off from how they were in the original 80s cartoon, but as these movies have gone on, they've just gotten meaner and meaner, and it's more psychotic, and it's like, what? How are we supposed to like these guys?
I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
I feel like taking Michael Bay Transformers movies seriously is, you know, I expect anything less or more from Michael Bay.
I just think it's interesting.
Now, didn't you like the 5th Transformers movie, Nick?
You did?
Overall, yes. But things like, what I just explained really bugged me about it. Like, I recently saw Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm not afraid to admit that is a way better movie than Transformers.
Oh, yeah. I really like that one.
Because you can just tell that the people making it actually like Spider-Man. The writers are having a good time. The actors are having a good time. Everyone's having fun. So, of course, they churn out a product where the audience has a good time. But with these Transformers movies, I just get the feeling that most of the people working on them hate it. And it's like that kind of shows through with how cynical they are. The only character, the only Autobot I really liked in the new movie was Hot Rod, which I didn't know if I was going to like him at all, but it was like, he was the most friendly out of all of them, and he wasn't constantly sharing like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you." He was, he had this kind of funny quirk where every time he was about to do something important, he would announce it like, "I'm going to stop the time," to like warn everybody so that he doesn't like screw up somehow or accidentally hurt somebody. And I don't know, there's just something about that quirk that actually that was kind of cute.
Now, I saw Transformers 5, and I despised it.
There are plenty of things about it to despise. I guess it's like I got this weird Stockholm Syndrome thing where it's like I'm so deprived of things to enjoy that when something like that comes along, some little nugget, I'm like, yes, I'm finally enjoying this thing. But that shouldn't be all I need.
Yeah, did we really need 5 of these movies? It was getting old by the... like, I saw the 3rd one, it was just like the most miserable thing, because it just kept going, and it was the same fucking movie.
It's like, do we really need 5 or 4 Avatar sequels? Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Like, when the hell are those coming out?
Never.
They've been... Like, James Cameron has been producing them for, like... Avatar 1 came out in, like, 2008, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what pissed me off about that? You know why he made Avatar in the first place?
That was kind of like a labor of love, I think.
To see if it was possible to pull up a Battle Angel movie with the technology available at the time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Battle Angel comics, but JC has been a fan of them for like a long time. He was reading them in the 90s. He wanted to make a movie about it. He could see it all in his head.
Yeah.
But he knew the technology back then just wasn't good enough to pull it off without looking stupid and dated in just a couple of years. So he kept putting it off until he could like try out the new technology we see in Avatar and see if, I mean, you look in Avatar, there are a lot of set pieces that look like something you would find in Battle Angel. From the interior of the human buildings and spaceships, their demolition vehicles, just looking up and seeing Jupiter and all its moons in the sky. That's the kind of imagery you'd see in a Battle Angel movie. And I watching it again, I can just see, oh my word, this was like his way of testing it to see if the audience would think this looks stupid or not. And if it was successful, then he would move on to doing the Battle Angel movie next. But unfortunately, Avatar did so insanely well. It's like, well, geez, I can't do anything else now. I have to make sequels to these to make more money.
I didn't realize you could get 100 coins on the beach only.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
That's the easiest. This is one of the easiest ones to do.
So anyway, he's put off Battle Angel for so long, a freaking decade, that now it's being helmed by somebody else. He's still the producer, but now this Rodriguez guy is going to be the director. And
oh, Robert Rodriguez?
I don't even know how it's going to turn out now.
So... Yeah, that would have been funny, Stash Hand, if that had happened. So, let me just look back at the chat, because I... Okay.
Just say, sorry if I took a little long explaining all of that. The point was just, it's kind of ironic how Avatar, this movie meant to pave the way for the Battle Angel movie, may have been the thing that ended up killing it, or making it almost impossible.
So, Stash Hand, I'm of the... Just, you made a comment a while ago asking if I thought completing Sunshine was worth it. Personally, I do, because that's just how I think these games were meant to be played. It's clearly the intention of the developers is that you're supposed to complete them, but, you know... It's just how I play my collectathon games.
If it's fun to complete the game, then sure. I think the thing is, like, people make it sound like it's a chore,
and it's really not. I mean, I showed you guys how quickly you can get those blue coins.
It's like the equivalent.
I mean, obviously I know where they all are, but still, it's like, it's really just is as simple as, if it looks suspicious, spray it.
Exo, do you know how to do, I don't know what they call it, it's like a super spray or whatever.
What do you mean?
With making your spray go on a larger radius.
You talking about like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you just tap it after you jump.
Yeah, yeah. I was just wondering.
It's the same thing as the yeah. So for Serena Beach, make sure you pick a shine where you can go to all three areas. That'll make it a lot easier because there are a few coins out here on the beachfront, and these things, there should be at least a couple in one of these huts. And what I really like about this level is, like, if you talk to all the NPCs, they're all, like, pissed off about how bad the hotel is. As you watch that... That's,
I like how you can see this hotel from the carnival. It's, like, just around the corner from Gelato Beach. But I guess I like that when you see it from a distance, it's still daytime. And then you come here and stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the best looking levels in the game just because of that sunset right there. Yeah, I really enjoy the graphics in this game.
I love the way the coins sparkle, like they go flying out. There's just something about, like, this game, they managed to make every single coin feel significant. So just putting it up in, like, rows or...
Sound design in this game is pretty great. But I gotta tell you, I was trying to find, like, that whoosh sound effect it makes. Like that whoosh sound effect, like I was, like, basically digging through the ISO trying to find that sound effect, and there are, like, a million sound effects in this game. I swear.
Wait, what whoosh?
And you know how whenever you do, like, the side jump thing, how it makes that...
Oh, yeah.
Sound effect? I was trying to find that, put it in the review, so that I wouldn't have to put the music in, too. And it was like I couldn't find it because there were just so many sound effects in this game. There are like voice clips from Mario that you don't even get to hear. Like I don't remember. There was one that was kind of funny.
I'm not afraid.
It was like, "Here we go again," or something like that. Bless you.
All the best comments seem to be coming from Stash Hand. It says people who love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man like him more because he's more like in the comic books. I don't know. You see, this may sound silly, but I grew up with the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, and at first I thought that Amazing Spider-Man, those movies were going to be a little more like those, but no, it ended up being Homecoming. Homecoming feels like if you took the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, not the crappy cartoon, and just made a movie out of that. And it's pretty good, but I still like the old days kind of feel of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, because those were like, the last century's, well, I mean, all the older Spider-Man comics, to me anyway.
Why don't you go get that picture of Spider-Man?
Yeah, they just give me this weird, like, warm, fuzzy feeling that the Amazing Spider-Man movies just don't. Here's what I don't like about the Amazing Spider-Man movies. They were only made so that Sony wouldn't lose the rights to Spider-Man, because they had to release a movie every couple of years, and they're gonna lose that license, and then they're gonna go under, because Spider-Man's apparently the only thing keeping them afloat aside from the PlayStation brand. So it's like, oh shit, well, if Sam Raimi doesn't want to do a fourth Spider-Man movie, we'll just have to reboot it. Like, right now. And, it ended up being kind of a weird imitation of the first in some ways, and just kind of a weird divergence in others. Didn't feel as sincere to me as the new movie did. I feel like I'm maybe the only person who's interested enough in Spider-Man to kill it, I guess.
I don't know, like, I liked the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Oh, there are things in them that I like, but there are also things I see and I just maybe go like, yeah, that was done just for this reason or that reason, and yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Pro strats.
This is the thing that kind of sucks about movies. Well, not movie studios so much, but like executives, you know, the guys with the charts, the guys who decide which movies get made.
Well, if you read the chart.
Yeah, so to them it's like, if a movie fails, it could never possibly be because of the writing or, you know, the performances. They don't think about stuff like that. That's not important to them. They think about like, well, you see, this demographic wasn't able to connect to that actor, and if we had like this actor instead, maybe the movie would have done better. It's like, oh, okay, but that's not all there is to making a movie yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boom, boom.
Whoa. Wow.
I could try making that noise, but my voice would just crack and sound horrible. I'm just imagining that janitor trying to climb through that hole next to him and like falling down and injuring himself on the next floor.
What's my favorite movie? I don't know. If you had asked me maybe like 5 years earlier, I would have said Terminator 2. And I really like that. It's like a fun action movie that's, you know, surprisingly more intelligent than like the rest of its genre, but it's still not like, I feel like it would be an exaggeration to say it's like one of the best films I've ever seen.
I'm
not sure
how optimistic it is before they release the third one. It's like, no.
Yeah. Because we have to keep making these movies for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. There might be more stuff in the thing. Who is texting me? Oh, it's just people following me on Twitch. Me?
Doesn't like Crash.
I'm not a huge fan, personally.
Mario Sonic Lover asked you a question.
I'm not a huge fan of Crash, no. I think he's just okay. Which is what I meant when I said like you guys wouldn't want me to do the Insane Trilogy, because it would just be like me telling you guys why I'm not a huge fan of Crash and people being like, but Exo, I like Crash.
I have no nostalgic attachment to the Crash games. I played Crash 1, that's the only one I played really, for the first time some years ago. Someone lent it to me, and I actually lent it back to them in a timely manner. I love that. You know, I didn't just leave it in the basement somewhere. Hey, jeez. Wait, where was I going with that? Oh, that was terrible. What was I gonna say? Okay, so I borrowed the game, and I got to play it for a little bit, and I hear now that Crash 1 is the hardest of the three, and like the worst in terms of controls. I still ended up having a pretty good time. I guess I just liked how much variety there was in, like, well, I don't know if variety is the right word for it, because like every level would have 2 or 3 of its own platforms, and they would just rearrange them in all sorts of combinations and face them, you know, like differences in the distances, and you'd think it would get incredibly repetitive, but I think it just gave it a good pace and kept me going.
Let's see. Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, I have seen all three of them, but it's been such a long time. I mean, I guess the second one was the best. Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Wait, hold on 1 second, Exo. This is Kami said Crash 1 on the PS was really good, but if you play the second, it's like Pikmin 1. What is?
I think what he's trying to say is, oh, don't be dissing up on Paper Mario 1. I don't appreciate that, young man.
Poor guy.
Which? Yeah, let's do this one. It's probably
You ever
the
played
easiest.
Superstar Saga, Exo?
Yeah, I grew up with the Mario and Luigi games. I've played all of them. And it was kind of like, it just seemed like, I think Dream Team, was my favorite.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it has some problems, but... Yes,
I love
Nick?
the spectacle of a giant Luigi taking on a giant Bowser with a little normal-sized Mario backing him up, trying to get curved. I just love the idea of Luigi taking on Bowser.
Man, it just... Like, I don't know, I guess for me, the Mario and Luigi games just kind of got better and better gameplay-wise with every game. Because when you go back to Superstar Saga, the brothers moves are nowhere near as interesting as the brother moves from the later games. Like, the battle system, I think, is where it's like... And all the fights are just a little bit too easy, you know what I mean? But that game story-wise is probably the best of the five, definitely. Just because of how kooky it was. It didn't seem to follow, because like when you get to Partners in Time, it's just like, get all the Cobalt Star pieces, and oh no, there's another Princess Shroob, and then that boss was too fucking hard for some reason. I think Ratchet and Clank 1 it's another one of those games where every time I play it, I like it just a little bit more. Like I find new little things to appreciate about it, because while I would still say the sequels are better, just because they control better, there are a lot of little things, like little ideas that they were willing to try out back then that they would never put in a new game. I think I chose the wrong one.
There's this guy whose entire channel is just taking control of the camera through a program, a thing called Magic Camera, zooming out to show all sorts of little things that we normally wouldn't be able to see in these games. And apparently on Velden, there's a ship like tucked away behind a mountain in the background. It's the green one that you get to use like from the Valis onwards. Apparently they needed that ship to exist in the level for the code that like takes you to the next level to work. I don't really know how that happens. So yeah, that green
always those little interesting things.
So that ship is in Velden, in the stage. It's just like behind that mountain that's like behind the Ratchet in some shots, like to the left of his house.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, that's what's always fun about he used to be big into ROM hacking, like changing up the graphics. It's really hard too, because it's not like hacking textures in Dolphin is so easy. Like I used to have to use this special programmer called Tile Layer Pro or something like that to hack graphics in old sprite-based games, and it would always be like the palette. The program wouldn't automatically put the palette on, so you couldn't tell which color was supposed to be which without changing it manually. It's just something that looked similar.
What the heck is Fuckles the Bear doing there?
Fuckles the Bear? What?
Isn't he like one of those guys who buys the blue coins from you?
Oh, that raccoon tanuki?
Oh yeah.
Because apparently the Japanese can't resist putting them in everything. Let's see.
It's their bald eagle. Yeah, supposedly the tanuki has iron balls, and he bludgeons...
No, they have large balls.
Yeah,
Like, I think there's a Miyazaki film that's got, like, tanukis with huge balls in it, and they hop around on them.
But they're hard enough that in some cases they're known to, like, bludgeon people to death by teabagging them.
There's no way that that's true. That is so silly.
No, that is their legend.
Watch it, somebody's gonna be like, well, actually, Exo.
Well,
And then they're gonna send me, like, video evidence.
There's another interesting thing about Ratchet and Clank on Planet Rilgar. You know, like when you go to Quark's trailer, you're not inside the trailer for that cutscene where you meet Quark. You get teleported to a much larger room that's inside one of the buildings off to the side. So you get warped down there for that cutscene, and then warped back up to the trailer when it's over. Crazy, huh?
I don't know. That generally makes sense. I know a lot of games do that. Okay, so...
One thing that I've noticed from doing a lot of editing, like especially Hero's Tale is the worst it's the worst I've seen, I think. Where it's just like you'll be watching a cutscene, and if the game runs at 60, you'll often notice, like, for just a split second, a character model will disappear. Like, for like a single frame of animation, stuff will just, like, disappear.
And then
come back.
Reposition itself.
Yeah,
but this isn't one
and
of
that's
those
the sort of thing
cases
you
where
wouldn't
it's like-
notice because it's, you know.
But this isn't a room that you can reach during gameplay. It's not inside one of the buildings you can walk around inside of. It's in one of the buildings that's just part of the backdrop, and there's like no way to reach it. It's just another thing that's like tucked away out of reach.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that that's generally like a lot of people use shortcuts like that, you know.
Yeah, I think is really interesting is how the Crash games supposedly work. Like, there's the textures and everything in the old Crash games, where, or at least like Crash 1, like they had to come up with this technique where the game would constantly load and unload itself. I know that like Sonic games do this to a degree. Like in Sonic Generations, you can trick the game into not loading all the textures for a farther level. So it's like you're getting further in the level and it's invisible because you didn't get a chance to load the last part. The Crash is kind of similar, where it's like every time you take a step, everything behind you, everything outside of the camera.
Well, most games do that.
And
Like Wario World. Have you ever played Wario World? If you play that game in a widescreen, if you use Nintendo's widescreen hack feature to hack the game to widescreen, then you'll notice that everything that's kind of out of the 4:3 frame just sort of disappears.
Oh,
Well,
no. Saw that.
Wow.
Fail.
Well, I mean, like, Crash seems to do it to kind of an extreme degree because the camera is so close to you most of the time. You can only see a little bit of the scenery around you and a little bit of other people. And Naughty Dog, they were great at, like, picking, you know, when this texture should disappear and when that part should be loaded or unloaded. So it's like, you would never notice it unless you had something.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the funniest things I've seen, or maybe I mentioned this in another one. Well, just a second. Let's check out the comments here. He's enjoying the Lego. He enjoyed the Lego Injustice video, Nick.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I was one where I just talked about a bunch of Lego games from like back in the 80s.
I've never played Super Mario 64 Lost Impact. So maybe it's really good, and like the ones I've played don't really seem to understand kind of the little design choices that made the original work. It's kind of the problem with all hacks I've played, really, is like they have some cool ideas, but they don't really understand all like kind of the little balancing choices that they made that kind of made it work. So you go back to them and it's just like, oh boy, looks like I missed the boat on that. I think I might have picked the wrong one, but we're gonna go fight the eel and he gives you a bunch of coins, so we'll be alright. Because, I don't know, I guess I don't usually pick this one. But whatever, it'll be something different. I'm sure you guys don't really care. Favorite DS game? Hello, Lego. Favorite DS game? Like, I've been thinking about, like, original games. Like, maybe Order of Ecclesia, Castlevania, the third one they made for DS. Like that one. It was very difficult, but... I don't know, I'd have to sit down and think about that one.
Oh my word,
Lots of
Mario
good games
Lost I'm watching some footage of Lost Impact right now, and it has those things from Yoshi's Island where you touch them and you trip out. Makes the colors go all weird. That would be interesting to see them do in a 3D game, even if it was just a joke.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, speaking of Lost Impact, is it weird to anyone who's just... Okay, you've got those 2 stages in the Shadow the Hedgehog that are like flashbacks to On the Ark. I think it stinks that, oh wow, Flood is in Lost Impact. Anyway, I think it's dumb that the more dramatic music plays in the one where, oh, you're just taking down the artificial chaos, and then the one where, like, Maria actually dies at the end has this much less dramatic music. I think that they should have been switched. Because,
yeah,
that theme, it's so sad. It's like what you would play at Shadows.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna get going because I gotta go to the bathroom and stuff. So I'll talk to you.
Will you be back?
What time will you be streaming until?
I'll probably just be finishing the game.
Oh shit. Oh wait, how much of the game left do you have?
Quite a bit.
I'll check back in a couple hours.
I've just been kind of...
Because I gotta go out for a little bit, but I'll be back, and if y'all are still keeping on, I'll join in.
Yep.
Alright, sounds good. I think some of these have coins. Yeah. Oh wait!
So, and
I was right.
See ya.
Goodbye.
See if... let's see who else is...
Sometimes I worry that I might talk too much, and that probably scares Haydox away.
Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. Let's see who else is online. Well, I guess I'll be a hypocrite and invite Jay. I guess we'll see. But yeah, it is true, like, that games will tend to load and unload stuff, especially 3D games, because the more polys you have loaded in front of the camera, the more intense it is on the hardware, you know. So it's kind of just a clever
way. Like, when you can see pretty far away with the camera in a 3D game, just by how with a fixed camera, they're able to get away with that stuff more.
Yeah. There are lots of little tricks they have to do too, like, have you ever played Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Nick?
No, I have not.
I think you would enjoy them, but...
Really?
One of the first game has fixed camera angles. Like, I think God of War does the same thing, the first one anyway. And, because of that, there are lots of times where they'll cleverly use 2D objects. But because the camera's always at a fixed angle, you'd never notice that that's what they are.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, those games are great. Love them. The same people who are making Samus Returns made them. And the second one, Lords of Shadow 2, is actually basically a 3D Metroidvania game. I don't think it's quite as competent as, like, the Prime games, because for the most part you can skip a lot of the pickups and a lot of it gets kind of backloaded too, but in terms of what that could actually look like, a 3D EGA-styled Castlevania game, no.
I've heard that people were really turned off by this one stealth section early on.
Oh, I mean, there are actually quite a few of those, but they're so easy. I don't know, I really don't understand why people hate them so much. The third one's like the only one that's actually kind of challenging, and they're over so quickly that it's like, yeah. But certainly, Alec, if you're not into hack and slash games, then I don't really think that Lords of Shadow is going to do much to change your mind. I do think it's... One thing I really don't like about Bayonetta, compared to some of the other ones, is that it just kind of expects you to know how everything works. It doesn't really do a good job explaining how you're supposed to get better at it. So, like, I can't even beat, like, some of the higher difficulties because it's so ambiguous how the Wicked Weaves work and all that kind of stuff. One thing I really appreciate about Lord's Shadow is you got this really straightforward upgrade system, and they tell you how to do all the cool combos, and you got all these different things you can try. And the second game introduces this mastery system that sort of incentivizes you to use all the different little things. Oh, well, looks like Mr. Betancourt's here. Yeah, I tried Devil May Cry, and I didn't really like it at all. Something about it just did not click with me. It's kind of funny how mad people got about, like, the new one, the reboot. When it's just like, what was so special about the story and the other ones? It just seemed like more Resident Evil type schlock.
To my knowledge, that's why they liked it. They liked the.
I've played through Bayonetta probably a good 8 times. I've played the first one like 8 times, and I played the second one maybe 5 times, and I still don't get what the intricacies are because the game doesn't explain it. I didn't remove any comments from you. Maybe the auto mod caught it. Yes, I do like Ken Pontac and Warren Graff's writing style, but it really depends on the game. Whether it really... Like, I liked the way Colors was written, not really a super... And then Generations was very underwritten, not a lot of cutscenes. Then you get to Lost World, it's like there's some things I like, but... You know, it's just, there kind of a lot of plot elements didn't really work, I guess.
They turned Tails into a robot. No!
But you know, I kind of liked what they were going for, just conceptually. That Tails and Sonic sort of grow a little bit distant from each other because of Eggman. They didn't really do it very well. Looks like Jay wants to join.
You know, Tails is like, he's
what happened? Why did I drop from the call? Hold on. I'm gonna add him in.
Has to Love 64 asks, have you played Jak 3 yet?
I really want to because everything I've seen of it looks really good. But it was like I wanted to review it last summer. I had told Nick about this. Like I wanted to revisit Jak 1 and then review Jak 3. But then it just didn't end up working out because they ran out of time. Because these freaking remake or re-break videos take way too long. Like, the Conquer script is 13 pages long, and I'm like, Jesus, I gotta shorten this. Are you there, Jay? Jay? Probably mic troubles, I'd guess. Yeah. See. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. Let's see, which Secret of the Village Underside is the one to go through. But I kind of liked this sort of idea that you know, these two characters that are usually like in total agreement. Sonic's willing to kind of swallow his pride and work with Eggman, but Tails is kind of like, I'm not sure if I trust him. And then it just sort of kind of comes at a perfect time that, you know, the Zeddies sort of kidnap Tails and stuff. And then like you kind of, and there's like this really great scene in Lost World. It's probably one of the best parts of the story, honestly, where like Eggman falls down a bridge, and then like shortly afterwards, the actual world is getting fucked up by the machine, And there's just this great scene where Sonic's kind of like putting down his little communicator thing and staring off into the horizon, and like all his friends are gone. Like, and, you know, Eggman and Tails are both gone, and it's just his other friends in the world are dying, basically. I thought that was pretty cool, but you know, it seemed like they were trying to make something darker. They were trying to make it more Sonic Adventure 2-esque, you know, kind of go back in that sort of direction, but it just, the tone was very inconsistent in Lost World. I think that was the big problem.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't really commit entirely to one thing or another.
Are you there, Jay?
He's here?
Jay?
Okay.
Oh, you haven't said anything yet, so I didn't.
I actually like this level quite a bit. Even the parts where, like, even like the one mission where you don't have your flood and you have to make your way around all the lava paint.
Yeah, I like that one.
I also like how it seems
one of
like every level has its own specific blend of paint. You know, like Bianco Hills has the swirly chocolate one. This place has like the lava paint. The hotel has the electric paint. And Rico Harbor has the black paint that's all the bloopers there. Pretty interesting. Makes it slightly less repetitive, be cleaning up paint everywhere.
Yeah, I wish they had done more with like the status effects. Because it really just amounts to don't touch the paint.
Yeah, and they only really introduce
yeah.
like the kind of electrocutes you or burns you in these last couple levels that you unlock, and it's supposed to make these levels harder, but they're really not that much harder than any other level in the game, because it's just another part of the Delfino setup, I guess.
Someone's asking you about if you've played another game, Nick.
Oh, whoops.
I need to look back at that. Have I seen the 2015 Korean mobile game Rockman Go-Go? No, I have not. I guess I'll go look it up.
Now we got Yoshi. This is a good shine to pick for it. Brandon Fraser. That's a good question. I don't think he's been in anything since like the Dragon Emperor Mummy movie.
Looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. I don't know. I love the first Mummy movie, cheesy as it is. I think the second one I like it.
What do you guys think of the Dark Universe?
Well, I think that if you ever plan on working with children as a job, then be prepared for tears to be shed. That's what I think.
Huh?
Yeah.
I was talking about the new Mummy reboot.
Well, I know, but I decided to divert the topic.
Rockman Go-Go is apparently a Sonic Dash kind of game, where you play as Mega Man characters in the powered-up art style and just shoot at things.
So I guess that technically, when did it came out? 2015?
Yeah.
It's probably the only new Mega Man game we've had for a while.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows we wouldn't want a third Legends game or something.
Well, I mean, if maybe you'd eat a food and I hadn't walked out on it, we would have got it.
Is anybody I still have this theory, like, if there had ever been a third ZX game, it would have ended with the world being flooded, and that would have, like, segued into the Legends game. Like, even in the art style, you don't see it so much in the first ZX game. That's still relatively close to the Zero's art style, it's just a little blockier. But when you get to the second ZX game, everything gets so blocky, and the color choices are a little weirder, and it feels a little more like a... I just think that's interesting, them trying to create a transition like that, where it starts to feel less like one game and more like another game, just through the characters.
Right.
And I can't think of too many series where they're able to accomplish something like that.
Alright, so we're done with the 100 coin shines, so if you guys want to